dudes, what's up? I'm back and I'm back with the green screen. But welcome back to Best Easy Minecraft Farms, and this is Dustin. In this one, we're gonna be going over this super simple kelp farm to get you guys started farming out some kelp so you can do some smelting or even use it as an early game food source. In this video, we're gonna go over how this farm works, everything you need to actually build this farm, and then we're gonna build it block by block so that you can build it in your own world. So as you can see here, I was testing with like two different designs. I think this is like the classic kelp farm where the kelp just floats up in water sources and then comes up to the top and floats over and goes down into these hoppers. I actually like this design a little bit more. This one seems to get some kelp stuck on these bottom blocks sometimes, which then they can despawn, you can lose some efficiency. And from what I've seen from my testing, I haven't seen this one like lose any items. I think it's collected every single one, so I do think that this one is a little bit better and you actually use less resources building this one. And of course you guys can scale this up as much as you want. I know I have 3 layers here. I think you can get it up to 4 or 5. I'm not really sure, but I do know that you can expand it as wide as you want without any issues. So if you want to make a mega farm, you definitely can using this farm. But the way that this one works is that there's water where the kelp is, and then the kelp is actually going to turn the running water into water sources, which is fine. The kelp is going to grow up in front of these observers, and then the pistons are going to fire, and then it's going to break all of the kelp and shoot it against this wall. It's going to go down into the hoppers and then to a collection system down here. So the collection system would be down here. I did have a piece of wool before, but yeah, you would want to put a chest in here. So this top piston actually just fired, so let's go ahead and emulate this one right here. As you guys can see, once it grows up enough, those pistons fire, the water pushes it into these hoppers, and then it goes into the chest down here. I put a lot of time and effort into my videos, and I would really appreciate it if you left a subscribe. It's free, it only takes about 2 seconds, and you can always unsubscribe later if you really want. Come play some Minecraft and hang out with me live on Twitch. I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Check the description for the link. Over here, I'm going to show you the materials for everything you need for one module, and before we get into that, I kind of want to explain what one module is. So I'm considering one module this 8 length module right here that goes up to the observers. So I'm going to give you rough estimations of everything you're going to need per module. So right here I have 3 modules, and you can make as many modules as you want. Okay, so here's the material list for one module. You're gonna need all of these items. I'll also have all the materials down in the description below. I'm gonna show you guys how to build just one module, and then I'm gonna show you how to expand it if you wanna expand it as well. And then you can go ahead and expand it as much as you want in your own world. Okay, so to get started, let's first try and figure out where the collection is gonna go, and we need to make an 8x2 area just like this. The collection is going to be right here, so we can go ahead and pop down our chest right there in the hole, and then we're going to have hoppers going all the way across into the chest on the other side. Once we have the collection area set up, let's go ahead and start building this thing. So this is where we're going to actually be putting all the kelp along this row right here. So let's go ahead and just put a building block one block behind this grass right here. And you can use whatever building block you want. I'm just going to use iron blocks because they're really easy to see how many I'm using. And now we're going to put pistons all facing this way, 8 pistons across, and then we're going to put observers facing into where the kelp is going to grow, so that every time the kelp grows, we're going to get a pulse out of one of these pistons. Then we're going to put building blocks behind the pistons just like this, and then we're going to put redstone dust behind each of the observers so that each time something updates in front of the observer, which is going to be the kelp, all of these pistons will fire. Now we need to build up a little wall right here just so that water won't flow into any areas that we don't want it to flow. And now that we have all that in place, now all we have to do is put in water on all of these spots. The water is going to flow into that gap that we made right down there, and then that is now going to allow us to put in all of the kelp. Now you don't need to convert any of these blocks into sources except for all the blocks that are in front of the observers, and that's because this kelp will actually turn blocks or turn the flowing water into water blocks as it grows, which is also going to help all of the drops flow upwards and then into a stream, and that pushes it into these hoppers right here. Now all we have to do to actually finish this thing off is build a 3-high wall with glass, and this can be any building block you want. I'm just using glass so that we can see in here because I think it's really cool to be able to see inside this thing and watch where everything falls. I actually did make the hopper line a little bit too short, so that is my fault. We do want it to be 10 long and not just 8 long, so we're going to go ahead and expand this a little bit. We're going to put our chest right here and then our hopper into that spot right there. Really sorry about that mistake. And then we want the wall to cover where all of the hoppers are. This is a quick vibe check. Let me know how hard you're vibing down in the comments below. And if you're vibing hard, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so that you can join the Dusty tribe. Cool, let's get back into the video. So this module is all done, but I'm going to show you how to actually expand this thing if you want to expand it. So this is going to be the next row. This is where we're actually going to grow the next kelp. And then what we're going to do is put our filler block on this spot right along the back here. And then what we can do is put our pistons on top of the filler block. And then again, put the observers and pretty much make what we made below right over here as well, putting all the redstone dust into place. Now this is all functional. Now all we have to do is bring up this wall a little bit. So let's just bring it up just like this. Now that we have all the walls in place, we are gonna have to bring up this wall 3 more blocks as well, just to make sure that none of the kelp actually shoots over these hoppers. We do wanna be collecting it all for the max efficiency. Let's put water sources on all of the observers just like this. Watch them all flow down. How cool is that? And then we're gonna put in the kelp into place right there. You wanna make sure that the glass actually goes up to the height of the observer to make sure that you collect all of the kelp and you don't lose any of it. That's your farm, there you go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you to all my patrons for all of your support. I could not be doing this without you.